Hey guys, I'm coming to you from my office here in sunny Florida. My company is nice enough to air condition my office to 32 degrees. As you see, I'm a milkman. So anyway, I'm waiting for a delivery. Sometimes you gotta wait when you get to a store. They got their delivery times and you get there a little early. So I got a few minutes to share this video. Which it just occurred to me that I can do, because many days I work 14-15 hours, and by the time I get home just don't have it in me to make a video. But all day long I'm thinking of videos I want to put out there. So I'm going to take this time from my office and really quickly go over something I found very interesting this morning. So Albert Mohler, the president of the Southern Baptist Theological Seminary in Kentucky, just wrote a book where he says Christians need to embrace the Apostle Creed. Well, that's awesome. And I think this is his first step, and I may be going out on a limb, of becoming Catholic. Because a lot of these intellectual, really educated Christians, when they start reading the creeds and see the history of the creeds, and then they have to start reading the first about the church fathers, they realize the church was Catholic from the beginning. And it's funny because he actually says in his book that Christians shouldn't be afraid of the part of the creed that says, I believe in one holy Catholic church, because the word Catholic just means universal. And he's right, that's what it means. And that's what it meant. And he says, you know, this creed's 2,000 years old. And, you know, there's a lot of Bible-believing churches that say no creed but the Bible. In fact, myself, I actually went to a church that said no creed but Christ, which sounds pretty cool, but then you realize they come with all these liberal ideas that aren't biblical. Or it's just a way, and even Al Mohler said it, it's just a way for liberal churches to get away from biblical truths. So Al Mohler says, don't be afraid of the word Catholic. We should embrace that word. It means universal. However, and I'm sure he's an intelligent enough man to figure this out eventually, and I'm guessing within a year or two he'll be Catholic. Because what he's going to find out is, yes, the word meant Catholic, universal. But shortly after, and this is according to J.N.D. Kelly, a Protestant historian and theologian, very well respected by most Baptists, J.N.D. Kelly, who did extensive historical research to the early church, says that although the word meant universal, by the 2nd century it meant the Catholic Church as we know it today, to distinguish it from local churches and from heretical churches. And now the Apostles' Creed, I'm glad that they're going to start embracing it, and he recommends churches start reciting it. And they, you know, they always got on, when I was evangelical, I would get on Catholics for just reciting prayers and creeds. You know, we believed that, you know, the church was spontaneous. But if you read church history, it wasn't. It was very orderly, very organized and orderly. There was liturgy from the very beginning, like we have in the Catholic Church. And the Apostle Creed dates back to when the apostles were alive. We don't know if they wrote it or not, but it's definitely what they believed. And they just summarize Christian beliefs. And it starts off, we believe in God. But the Christians, the Catholic Christians, a few hundred years later, at the Council of Nicaea, said, you know, we need to expand this creed because there were so many heretical Christians that were saying, well, Jesus wasn't fully God, or Jesus wasn't fully man. So if you notice in the Nicene Creed, it says Jesus is consubstantial with the Father. And that word means they're one substance, they're one. And it goes on to say the Holy Spirit as well. So basically, this is where we get our belief in the Trinity. In words, in writings, in a solid creed that we can teach our children and teach non-believers that want to know what we believe. And so, at that point, the church was definitely Catholic. And it says in the end of that creed, we believe in one holy Catholic Church as well. And the Catholic Church has been saying these creeds for 2,000 years. So welcome, Albert Mohler. And I believe that you're going to be Catholic very shortly. God bless.